Hello, namaste yogis, and welcome to another yoga video. My name is Maria, and today I will be guiding you through a fire yoga flow. By fire, I mean we're going to be working a lot of our solar plexus chakra. This is a quick yoga flow, and I will be moving through the cues very quickly, and I'll be using minimal cues. So this is a flow for more intermediate yogis or beginner yogis with a little bit of experience. We won't need any props today, so meet me on your mat. We're going to begin in a child's pose. Extended child's pose if that feels comfortable, or normal child's pose with your knees together. But bring your knees as wide as the mat and bring your toes to touch. So your hips are opening up, your knees are opening up. Send your hips back towards your heels and let your torso relax onto the mat. Let your forehead relax. I'm going to start off with a little bit of centering and grounding and warming up before we move into this quick yoga flow sequence. Start to inhale deep into your low belly, expanding through all four sides of your torso, and exhaling to relax your heart down a little bit more onto the earth or towards the mat. Keep breathing on your own. In and out through the nose, or option 2, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. On your next inhale, lift your forehead off the ground and walk your hands back just a little bit. Lift your hips off the ground and come into a tabletop position, bringing your wrists underneath your shoulders, and your knees can stay wide or they can come in hip width apart. Rather than moving through a cat-cow here on the inhale-exhale, we're going to inhale into tabletop position, open up the chest just a little bit, but we're not going into the full cat extension. And then exhale to send your hips back towards your heels. So whether you're in that extended child's pose with your knees apart or with your knees together, send your hips back towards your heels and then rest your forehead onto the ground. Complete that exhale. On your next inhale, lift your hips off your heels and return to a tabletop position. And then exhale to sit your hips back down. Inhale back up, tabletop position. And exhale, hips down to your heels. Arms reach forward. Inhale up to tabletop position, grounding down through all 10 knuckles. And then exhaling, sending your hips towards your heels. Inhale, come back up to tabletop position. This time, bring your hands in a little closer underneath your shoulders and return your knees underneath your hips, hip width apart. Walk your knees up towards your hands, cross your ankles back behind you, and send your hips over your feet. Push away from the floor with your hands, coming into a seated position. Your legs can be cross-legged, or you can have one leg in front of the other, whatever feels best right now. But we'll inhale to lift both arms up above overhead, almost as if you're holding a big beach ball. And then exhale to turn your torso over to your left side. And then once you do that, drop your arms wherever they are. Bring your left fingertips somewhere back behind you, and then your right fingertips somewhere onto your left leg. Inhale, reach the crown of the head up towards the sky. And exhale to drop the shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, get tall through the spine, tuck the chin maybe just a little. And exhale to twist a little deeper. You can close the eyes here if you want. Inhale, crown of the head reaches up. And exhale, twist just a little bit more deeper into it. Your next inhale, lift your arms back up to the sky. Bring your torso back to center, back to face the front. And then exhale to bring your torso to face the right side of the room. Drop your arms wherever they are. So maybe drop that right arm back behind you and that left arm somewhere on your leg, on your thigh, on your knee, or on your shin. Inhale, reach the crown of the head up towards the sky to get tall. And exhale, pull the shoulders down away from the ears. Inhale, tuck the chin just a little to create more length through the back of the neck. And exhale to twist just a little more deeper into the twist. Inhale, crown of the head reaches up. Maybe you come out of the pose a little bit as you fill up your torso with breath. And exhale to squeeze, to wring it out. Let all the breath out. Inhale, bring your arms back up to center. And exhale to drop them by your sides. Bring both hands in front of you and come onto your knees, and then send your legs, your feet back to come into a tabletop position. Tuck the toes under, ground down through all 10 knuckles and spread the fingers wide, pushing down especially through that pointer finger, knuckle, and thumb, finding a little bit of an inner rotation through the wrist. And at the same time, send your inner elbows to face the front of the room, so your biceps are facing back, your triceps are facing back, finding this opposition in the arms to help you stay stable here as we lift the hips, coming into downward facing dog. So send the hips and the tailbone up high as you straighten out through the legs and send the heels towards the earth. Start to pedal out the feet here to get warmed up. Ears are by your biceps, push away from the ground. On your next inhale, look up to the middle of your mat just slightly, and then exhale to slowly start to walk your feet up to meet the backs of your hands, top of your mat. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins or your thighs. Lift the torso up, halfway lift. Torso comes parallel to the floor. Tuck the chin just a little bit. Reach the crown of the head towards the front room, towards the front wall. Inhale once more, and then exhale to release. Fold back over your legs, bending at the hips, coming into a forward fold. Slowly start to roll up first through the knees, keeping the chin tucked, leaving the head come up last, to avoid feeling lightheaded. One full breath cycle when you reach the top. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach the arms up above overhead. And then exhale to bring your palms to touch and swan dive forward, forward fold, bending at the knees and bending at your hips. Plant the hands in front of the feet and step the right foot back to the back of the mat. Drop that back right knee and heel toe the left front foot to come up in between your hands, just so that the left knee is directly above the left ankle. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, lift the torso up off of your thighs. Exhale, sink the hips a little bit closer to the ground. Press through the top of the foot. Inhale, lift the arms up high to the sky. And exhale to bring them back down to the ground. Tuck the right toes under and lift that back right knee. Send that left foot to meet your back foot, and then lift the hips to returning to downward facing dog. And then on your next inhale, look up, and then exhale to slowly walk your feet up to meet the backs of your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins or thighs. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands on the ground in front of your feet, and then step the left foot back this time. Drop that back left knee and heel toe that right foot around. Maybe bring it up or back a little bit to bring that right heel underneath that right knee. Bring your hands onto your hips, and then inhale to lift your torso up off of the ground. Exhale to sink your hips maybe down a little bit deeper. Inhale, lift the arms up above overhead. Lift the chest. And exhale, plant your hands back down next to your right foot. Tuck the left toes under, lift that back left knee, plant the hands, and step the right foot to meet that left foot. Lift the hips, downward facing dog, bending into the knees as much as you need to here. Inhale, stay here, and on the next exhale, you're going to shift forward, bringing your shoulders over your wrists, dropping your hips, coming into a plank pose. Option to drop the knees here, or option to keep the knees lifted. Ground down into that right hand, pull the abs up and in, and then drop the heels over to the right side of the mat, coming onto the inside of the left foot on the outside of the right foot. Lift the hand, lift the left arm up to the sky, coming into a plank pose here. Inhale, stay strong, and exhale to bring that arm back down to the ground. On the next inhale, we'll ground down through that left hand, drop the heels over to the left side, opening up to your right side, and then lift the right arm, right fingertips up to the sky. Inhale, staying strong here, and exhale to drop that right arm down to the ground. And then everyone come onto your knees, send your hips back towards your heels, and then come into a child's pose, dropping your forehead onto the mat. Taking a moment here to return to your breath, breathing in and out through the nose, or breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let your body get heavy, let your body relax. Option to take the knees wide, and option to also just brush your arms back towards your feet to find a rounding through the front shoulders. and through the upper back. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders or underneath your heart space and just gently push yourself up or roll yourself up to a kneeling position. You can slide your legs out from under you and come into a seated position towards the front of your mat. I hope this yoga class helped get you fired up just a little bit to start your morning. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave me a comment, let me know how it went for you, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share this video with anyone that you think might also enjoy it. I'll see you later, my friends.